are the last humans left. Though the world has gotten smaller, it has also slowed. Strides from famine exist in places that have no purpose in existing, and innovations have become elusive. But none of us worry. We all say it's fine. Someone a long time ago already figured this out for us. We don't stray from this path of our forefathers. In fact, we take for granted what we are given, expecting we can apply every issue to the same system. A disease, eradicated with a vaccine. A global conflict, send an NGO. Don't get me wrong, the amount of effort that has gone into maintaining society has been incredible. Nearly 100 billion lives have been lived to make society what it is today. Nearly 100 billion lives have been lived to accentuate whatever blip of time as intricately as possible. Nearly 100 billion lives have been lived to make sure in the legacy that is human history, we are a semicolon rather than a full stop. But it's time for us to move on. Our general plan, however, has remained the same, to make society better. And we have. Internet of Things, smartphones, daily television, and come on. Pretty much everything's been laid down for us, allowing us to live lives of luxury. But one question remains to be asked. What comes next? We've harnessed electricity, mastered the elements, and derived drugs to fight disease. Where do we go from here? Well, the difference between now and a long time ago is that before, we had a laundry list of issues that plagued us. Innovations were being expedited with a purpose. But now our innovation is unfounded. During the bubonic plague, we were challenged to innovate a solution to prevent a disease that occurred from nowhere and decimated an entire continent. We knew what we had to do. Whether you were a witch doctor performing voodoo or a scientist deriving a vaccine, we were working towards a concrete and effective solution. But today our innovation is an unharnessed resource. It lacks intention. Our issues today vary greatly from those of the olden times. To solve today's problems, we need creativity, nuance, and most importantly, compassion for our fellow man. Without these additions to our already experienced ingenuity, we will continue to stay stuck in this twilight zone of ingenuity. Along these same lines, our infrastructures, both national and international, have become outdated and are in dire need of renovation. This past January, our government faced its longest shutdown since 1996, a record-breaking 35 days. As a result, the New York Times reports the IRS is nearly 2 years behind on its tax refunds. And another report by the CNBC tells us that during the shutdown, the GDP dropped at a rate of 0.1% every day and steadily increased. Internationally, organizations like the UN and the WHO have also failed us. The WHO is a tiger without teeth, and its single success has become a template by which it tries to accomplish every single new goal. In 1977, smallpox was officially the first and only disease to be eradicated by the WHO globally as a result of vaccines. Since that first success, the WHO has pushed for heavy vaccine use in every country, for every disease, from polio to Ebola, in developing countries all over the world. Yet we still see large cases of each disease everywhere. According to Rotary International, as a waterborne disease, polio can easily be eradicated by delivering clean water to developing countries. But the WHO still pushes for heavy vaccine use, even when there's a stigma against them. Vaccines are amazing, but why do we choose that as a solution when there are hundreds of other ones? Why do we voluntarily choose the most convoluted and risky path when we can easily walk the walk? We need to be better. The UN is another example of an international organization that fails to accomplish its goals. An article by The Guardian discusses the obscurity of the UN standard, with a specific focus on the lack of attention to glaring and critical issues like the tensions in the South China Sea, and questions the efficacy of the UN regarding issues like the Sudanese civil war, bloody conflict in Syria, genocide in Rwanda, and the processing of non-state groups. We must be better. An article by the Stanford Social Innovation Review states, it's time to move from innovation as an ideology to innovation as a process. For our society to further and grow, we must be better than we are right now. We must reevaluate existing infrastructures and mold them into what they need to be in the 21st century, not the other way around. Today, however, many of us are high school students. What can we do? What power do we have? Actually, if you spend some time searching, kind of a lot. At Enloe alone, there are a plethora of opportunities to make an impact in the world today. For example, the Enloe delegation attends conferences at universities and collaborates with college students, making resolutions to crucial global health issues and sends them to the actual World Health Organization in Geneva, Switzerland. Personally, there's nothing more empowering and satisfying than knowing your actions could result in some real world change. And here's an opportunity to make that happen. Taking up such opportunities, or applying to many other ones, like governments, or the Young Scholars Program, all have an effect in the world. And sometimes even delivering a TED Talk, all lead to a better future. We are the last humans left. Rations are low, populations are starving, and wars rage on. We are humanity's only hope. And seriously, we're off track. But it's fine. It's now our turn to make a difference in the world. It's now our turn to solve world hunger. It's now our turn to deliver rights to those oppressed, to engineer a future to those who come next. Now it's time for all of us to flip the page, put pen to paper, and continue on the legacy of humanity.